Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite extraordinary, quite incredible, quite unlike anything you may have experienced in your life.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Takeover Show. I'm your host, Misa, and with me, as always, he is a certified torta pounder. He is also owner of Duchi's. Please give it up for the tortanator, Mr. Chewy.
What up? Welcome back.
Whoa, shit.
Happy spring break. Summertime's almost here.
Now, before we do introduce our awesome guest here today, a big old shout out here to our sponsor, starting at Genuine Reference Studios. Genuine Reference Studios, guys. Anything music, anything sound, anything podcast, please hit up Genuine Reference Studios. As well as any events, guys, please hit up our official photographer, Mr. Big O, over at Big O Photos. All events, guys, please hit up Big O. Also, man, Mijo's Foundation, man. They used to go by Mijo Things. Now they're doing Mijo Foundations. They do have Mijo's Tacos. They're going through a little bit of a change. But I just checked, too, man. They do have a 30% off all their merch on their website, guys. We'll put up that deal here at the bottom below. Go and support the people that support us. And last but not least, man, if you are 18 and older, no, 21 and older. 21 and older, please hit up Dulce Edibles, man. These guys make the best gummies, and they have some for everybody. It is
Abuelita approved, and you must please consume responsibly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Chewy. All right. Shout out to all of them. Now, Chewy, we have an awesome guest here, man. For those that are watching and listening, you've probably seen this man on social media. And the best thing is every morning when you wake up, I think you have to check his page to check on the Mexican word of the day. That being said, guys, please help me welcome the very funny, the very cool Mr. LENCHO BROWN.
What's happening, guys? Hey, man. Appreciate you guys inviting me over, and aquí en a Sunday morning.
Aquí andamos en el 915.
Un domingo, man.
Hey, pregunta. How did the time change hit you guys last night? Or this morning?
Dude, daylight savings today, guys. I didn't know this until in the morning. Cuando my alarm went off, I was so tired. I looked at my watch, and I was like, "Get chingados, dude." I put an hour behind, and my wife's like, "No. Daylight savings." And it kind of ruined my morning, man. I'm not going to lie. It ruined my morning. What about you, Lencho? Are you the type of guy that you're ready for it or no?
Pues I get up at 5. My alarm always rings at 5 in the morning. But at this time, it's like, hey, what happened to the sun? Like, hey, it's a little bit dark. Pero like a little bit desvelado, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't drink, but I felt that crudness, you know, like, what the, like.
Oh, bro, pues it's because we get to that age on that you don't even need a drink to feel crudo in the morning sometimes, no?
No me digas, no me digas.
I call them zombie moves.
Oh.
Watch out, because I live out in Mexico, we're a day ostrich. You get to that certain age in life that ostrich before I do something. See, no, you're gonna pull something. You're gonna put something. Ya valiste, you know, like.
Man, what side of town are you from, Lencho?
I live in the Northeast.
Ooh,
como que.
Pero está poniendo chida Northeast.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
It's a bad reputation. I mean, everybody knows the Northeast, que the Devil's Triangle, y que this and that.
Que roban allá.
Y que roban. Pero once in a while, you know, you see your individuals walking through the street, y like, mira ese vato, like,
se porta bien.
Yeah.
Se porta bien. Sí. O no trae papers.
Y lo pasa cosas, pero yo pienso que se movió para el East Side. Es la neta, porque allá hoy es un chingo de desmadre que anda pasando y like, hey, what happened? Y acá en el Northeast hay que se van para allá.
Yeah, man. No, pues en veces hasta se oyen los balazos. Now that we live in the West Side, en veces, you know, you wake up early and you look at the mountain and nomás oye, pa. Dije, híjole, algo está pasando allá.
O ves los helicópteros. On the other side of my
And then it
life.
makes me think, no, pues, you know, the war in Iran already here, dude. Ya está empezando allá en el Northeast.
¿Verdad?
Ojalá se quede allá en Dyer Street. Allá. No, man. That's my tío, though. If you guys hear that guy yelling out in the back, it's my tío. He is illegal, so no lo pueden ver. You know, he's always hiding.
All you hear is...
Yeah, you know, ICE is getting crazy out there, Lencho. It's getting crazy out there. Do you get scared, or do you have, you know, friends or family que you guys have to keep an eye on each other? Do you have to tell your kids like, hey, you see green, run?
No, it's not like before. You know, it's not like before. Like today, I know, like, hey, I'm legit. A lot of people, hey, I'm legit. I got papers. You know what I mean? But before, like I was talking to you earlier, when we used to go to Juarez. Well, you know, because I used to cross to go to Juarez so you could party, and then with the homies, and then crossing back. But I was the only kid to help back and get integrated, you know, like the border patrol agent is like, hey, you know what high school did you go to, and where do you live at? And then my friends over there like, you know, laughing. I'm like, hey, that's messed up, you know, like.
What's your name? They call me Lencho Brown.
Lencho Brown.
Casi, what cologne are you wearing, sir?
El culón. No,
when did all this start, man? You know, I know you've been doing it here for a while. Pero cuando empezó the whole, you know, Mexican word of the day? Did you one day just record it y luego it blew off?
No, pues mira, the Mexican word of the day is like, I'm not the original guy. You know, antes había memes. You know, this gentleman hit me up. He goes, hey, man. And you know what's weird is that he was white. You know, he's like, hey,
See, white people are not all that bad.
No, they're like, hey, you know what? You'll be a good fit. I like, a good fit for what? To do Mexican words of the day. I like, well, yeah, I'm brown, pero pues, hey. So he goes, but you should try it. You should try it. I go, you know what? It's because I don't want to sound like a copycat. Somebody already did it. He goes, just give it a shot. So the first one, you know, like, all right, I'll do my first video. And I did it with a friend, and she's a cowboy fan. I said, hey, you know what? Pretend you're opening the truck and that you want to ride. So I said, Mexican, where are they? Mushroom. Hey, can I have a ride? I go, you know what? You're a cowboy fan. There's no mushroom in my truck.
I bet that one went viral, bro.
No, that was like, ooh. You know, so you know, it didn't pick up, and like, all right. So the next one, I like, okay, I'll try Bishop. You know, like, hey, my sister couldn't handle her drinking. You know, she fell on the floor. I couldn't pick the bitch up. You know? Stuff like that. You know, that one, okay, the views are going up. You know, and then I don't know, somehow I started to wear a sombrero. And then I started to wear like a flannel, like
somehow.
No, and I tell you what, the sombrero, I already had it. Cause before Mexican word of the day, I used to do content like the Yardman moves, like how to, you know, do the lawnmower, the cheers, and the sprinklers. But the sombrero, when me and my family, we went to the Elephant Butte. You know, allá pues, ya ni hay agua allá.
Ya no.
You know what I mean?
Puros miados.
Puro gargajo, sí, todo.
See, my brother-in-law bought a sombrero hat for my daughter. Y yo pues, I like, hey, that's a nice sombrero. What about me, you know? And I go, hey, can I borrow it? So I did a skit, you know, and I was me pretending. And no piensas que what you're doing, you know, you don't know if it's gonna hit or not.
Sí, yeah.
Yeah, I thought like, oh man, you know, it was about. I go, man, you know, I was fishing, I'm getting impatient, and you know what, I'm getting hungry. I heard they got a taco box. They brought some kind of taco box. You know, pues it's me looking for, hey, there's no tacos, this is just fishing shit. You know, it's not the taco box, you know. And for la gente, you know, so that one, it hit, you know, it went out, pero that's where the first sombrero came about.
Man, dude, El Lencho, I feel like El Lencho wants to get caught by ICE or La Migra, bro. I mean, starting off at the yard work, you know, he gets the hat, and then now he does the Mexican word of the day, you know. Pero, dude, shout out to that, man. I think I like it because you could mention Mexican word of the day, and everybody knows about it, man. Ya sé que mucha gente también te ha visto. Is there anybody that has reached out that or liked your videos? You know, maybe a celebrity or anything like that.
One time I on Instagram, I did a video. This is how you properly do the lawnmower. So then Fluffy
Whoa.
commented, "Hey Lencho, so how do you properly do the lawnmower?" You're like, "Oh my god!" Like, oh, shit. You know, I mean, se te paran los pelos, you know, like wow, you know. It's like, man, that's an honor.
Yeah.
You know, and he followed me, and I'm like, hey, like.
No, pues I mean, it's you know to have them follow and then not just that, but comment. It just shows you that you know you don't know who's watching, man. Like you know you could go through all the views and see the people, but I mean I'm sure you get hundreds of thousands of views on your videos. Do you have any new ideas of what you want to do in the future or anything like that?
My daughter, she's 11, and I was just talking to her yesterday. I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna bring you on, or even if you don't want to come on the videos, I'll need your voice. Like, you know, do like, hey dad, you think we should wear this to school? You know, the Mexican word there will be you better. Yeah, you better wear it properly, you know. So
you better not.
You better not, or like that, you know. And my daughters make fun of the way I speak. They like, did you say choose or choose? I like, pues choose. Did you say shake or shake? Like, pues a milkshake, you know. I thought, you know.
The other day I was talking to my son and I'm telling him, hey, I'm gonna get you some drum lessons, you know. And he's all like, oh, okay. And then he's like, oh, but it's gonna be hard. And how am I gonna use a controller? And I'm like, ¿qué está hablando? My wife's all like, did you say drone or drum? No, drums. You know, I had to like make the movements.
Sí.
I feel like así tienes que ser tú, Lencho. Whenever you're talking to people, you kind of have to use sign language, you know, like the rake, you know.
the rake. Sí, sí.
De morrito siempre batallaba yo de 3 in 3. Ahí está el tree. No, güey, ¿cómo que ahí está el tree? Y decía 3.
El tree, yeah.
3 and 3.
So...
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Industry. Like Mexican word, they industry. Did your mama tell you not to play industry? You know? El tree. You know?
Industry, man. How hard is it for you to come up with these? I mean, I know it's, you know, being Hispanic and having the accent and knowing the Spanish. Do you sometimes feel like you're running out of these words, or you know, one of these always pop up, or como pasa con eso?
I feel like sometimes I will, you know. Se me está acabando el gas. So that's why a lot of people say, do you write these things? Or because if I think about them, they won't come. I could be driving on the street like, oh, you know, eclipse, or you know, and talking about that. Sometimes the words like eclipse. Remember when we were having that eclipse? It was a big thing. Put your glasses, and then I told my daughter, man, I have this word, Mexican word a day, eclipse, but I don't want to do it. It sounds too corny, you know, too corny, you know. Just do it that. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Just make sure that when you strap on your seatbelt, make sure eclipse. That's a good one. That's when you know it's fastened correctly. Yeah. So it's words like that are like, they're not gonna work. It's too corny. And that one actually was my first 1 million likes.
Whoa. And like you said, man, it's you know, and sometimes we do have that same issue here with thinking of like how to run the show and stuff like that. But in business, it's better as you go. But in your shoes, you know, having to think, I think it also works, you know, like you said, out and about. Like you said earlier también, you do yard stuff. I just saw one of your latest ones. You were saying about how your grass is not dead, it's growing, you know, and you hasta se puso a bailar on the video y todo. How are those videos también? And how well does your yard look? Because, I mean, or is it different yards that you go work at?
No. And that's crazy because a lot of people think I'm a landscaper. I'm like, hey, sometimes they come in, hey, you think you could give me a quote and stuff? Like, what? Like it's my yard. It's different.
Mexican word of the day, no sea mamón.
Yeah. Ahí se acaba. ¿Verdad? And sometimes I'll go look at it. I'll go look at it because they go, and then just to help you out. Because, hey, I'm not afraid of work. I could go ahead and pull weeds. Y luego les digo el precio. Like, oh, no. ¿Sabes qué? It's because the guy from Juarez did it for cheaper. I'm like, well, hey.
Pues vaya pa' Juárez.
Hey, I'm certified. I got paper, man.
Hey, man, the price has to go up when you're certified.
¿Verdad?
Si traes papeles,
Hey, yeah.
now you can charge a bit more. ¿Verdad, Chuy? You gotta get yours, Chuy.
And I was just talking about that. We were talking about my yard. Because last year, my grass was dead. And hey, I can't do yard man moves. Like, and then you get comments like, hey, eres jardinero, pero hey, la yarda está muerta. So then I went with it. Alguien me hizo ojo. So now my grass is growing. I'm like, wow, it's growing. Now I'm going to have a good yard. That's why yesterday I made a video. I go, hey, you know what? For all people that were commenting, okay, where's my grass? It's because last year me hicieron ojo, But I went to a cundaera and she rubbed all her huevos in front of me, Una limpia de huevos, And now look, it's growing, so it worked. It's stuff like that comes into your mind at the moment, and I gotta record it. It's spontaneous because that's what's gonna hit. Because if I'm one of those that if I try to think about the word, you're like, oh man, it's not like that. It's not gonna come out.
You overthink it too much.
Yes.
Sometimes, ¿verdad? Y luego no sale como quieras. It's always good to do stuff in the moment. Algo. Something runs in your head, fucking Chewy, grab the camera away, pull your pants down, let's record real quick.
Saque la nalguilla.
Smile. Have you ever thought of doing maybe like una carne asada? Maybe get into food, maybe show people what Lencho cooks at home or something. I think that'd be a good idea.
When I used to throw some lives at TikTok, y luego pues I'll be cooking, right? Because I know how to cook. I had to learn how to cook, De iba ya nomás scramble eggs y lo boil eggs y ya estuvo. Because once you have kids, it's like, hey, I'm hungry, Dad. They get tired of eating that stuff. So I would do lives and people would like that. Nomás que I stopped doing them porque se me quemaba la comida, dude.
Güey, así estoy yo, güey.
I'm like, I can't multitask. Te quedas pegado trying to read the comments. Y lo acá, and they're like, hey, do your food. I'm like, well.
Todo huevo, todo quemado.
Todo crunchy.
Todo beans, todos quemados.
How much content? ¿Cuánto tiempo te toca? Let's say you start a record and then by the end of that day or the next day you post it or, right away, the editing y todo eso.
It's tricky, man. I always, you get feeds like, hey, if you post like 2 videos a day or 3 videos, you're definitely gonna go viral. And I tried all that. And like, nada. When I started TikTok, I was like, how you could do lip sync and stuff. Yeah. Hacía MTV videos, acá, because you try to play that character, that music, and that's what's great about it. But then 10 views, it will take me an hour and then to edit it, I would have props, pelucas y todo, hacía todo el desmadre así. You're like, 100 views. I'm like, no.
Yeah, man, it gets discouraging, ¿verdad? Like you see, también con nosotros cuando, when we first started, nobody knew who it was, and at first it was just friends, and fucking 2-3 hours doing it, and luego otras 5 trying to edit, y luego we posted, y luego a week later we check, it's like 23 views,
and we're like,
and 20 of those are my mom and shit, trying to support, but it's good though. I mean, in time, it's gotten better. And do you have like some tips? Let's say somebody wants to kind of get into social media. Do you have any tips for them on like what to do, how many times to post, what type of accent to use, and what type of hat or anything like that?
So as far as let's say I post, and the way to pay attention is on your views. If I post like when I was a wannabe MTV producer, and I got 100 views, that tells me that no está pegando. I started doing George Lopez, comedian, the lip singing, Fluffies, Willie Barcena, all those comedians, and my views starting to go up. And I said, I have to do Hispanic stuff, Mexican stuff. Like, oh man, like I wanted to
So
do.
disappointed.
I know, like,
I just got.
And like, what the hell, you know? The accent is like, and talking about accent, people are like, hey, I like your accent. I don't like your accent. You know what? You're faking the accent. I'm like, first of all, I don't drive a Honda accent. I drive a Honda, you know?
Damn, I just took my Honda shirt off too.
¿Verdad? So it depends on the algorithm. I hate to say it, it characterizes me as being I have that Hispanic Mexican look. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
so
dude, I mean, you landed right on your lane for sure.
The algorithm didn't choose you. No, you didn't choose the algorithm. The algorithm chose you.
The algorithm was like, we need a Mexican.
No, he fits.
like that guy.
Lencho Brown.
just like
Somebody that knows how to do their yard, you know, somebody with an accent. Luego aquí viene Lencho.
The number 1 draft pick goes to.
¿Verdad? And when I try to help a friend, I was trying to, you know, he's an older gentleman. Hey, you know, you think you could help me throw some trash and everything? And then his nephew came out, man, you do this for a living? I like, no, I'm helping your tío, you know? Something that you should be doing like, over here. Y lo hizo, es because it fits you, dude.
Oh.
All right, well, thanks.
I mean, it's hilarious how Peter.
You know?
I can just imagine El Lencho trying to record a video outside his house and shit. Luego pasa, hey, ¿cuánto pa' la yarda?
Ándale. And talking about, I did a video like that. Hey, ¿cuánto por la yarda? Y lo, they're like, dude, this is my yard, dude.
¿La vas a limpiar tú? No, man, you should even have a sign like not for hire. You know?
Ándale, that's a good
only for views. Yeah. Like, follow me first, and then I'll tell you how much, man.
Here's your quote.
That's cool. You know, I know that you also have. You know, you said you had kids, all girls. También. Shout out to your family, by the way. Shout out to all the family. You know, you have a full-time job. Y luego también con esto. How busy do you get with this? Is it sometimes overwhelming for you? Have you ever thought like, sabes qué, a la verga con esto? I wanna quit. Ya no más. Has it ever
A la
run through your
bestia.
mind?
Mira, so now that we're Easter, right? Easter, Easter, Mexican word of the Easter. Hey, I don't like the way you stare at me. ¿Verdad? So, there was my second year of doing social media. I said, I'm going to do the 40 days, you know. I'm going to stay off of social media for 40 days and 40 nights. And I did. La Cuaresma. La Lent. And I did it. And you know what? I was reading more. I was more aware with the facts.
I was more educated, vato.
¿Verdad? Y luego ya no más, ya, hey, the break's over. Oh, man. Y ya valió crackers todo, you know?
You started noticing your accent fading away.
Like, I was like, oh my God, I was becoming more educated and stuff, you know? Yeah, I was like, oh.
My name was Mr. Brown.
I know.
They call me Lencho Brown. Mr. Brown. The Lencho Brown, man. ¿Por qué Lencho Brown?
Okay, so one time I did like James Brown. So I did I did a music with las canciones de James Brown. I even forgot what the name was it. Y luego, like, hasta I had a peluca, I didn't have a sombrero yet. I had like a, you know that dude, ¿cómo se llama? Chaparro Schwarzenegger. They say, hey, te pareces a él, you know? So I said, yeah, and that's a good question because I want to go ahead and give me a peluca, and I had a peluca. There's a video out there. You know, I'm dancing like that. You know, hey, and that's where Lencho Brown, because he gets down like James Brown. Oh. You know, so that was the first video that got. I should go with Lencho Brown. Lencho, pues my first name's Lorenzo. But you brown, pues, cause I'm brown complexion. Yeah. and you know what's funny talking about my family? My 6-year-old, now she's 7. She says
6'7".
Yeah. Ándale 6'7". She thought my last name was Brown. I'm like, You know, she thought my last name was Brown because she's like, hey, because was my last name it was Diaz. Days, that's my TikTok. Days 915. Y la cagué at the beginning. Days 915. I should change it like Days, pero así se quedó. TikTok Days por Diaz. Y she thought it was Diaz. She goes, and then I don't know what we were talking about within the family. She goes, I didn't know daddy's last name was Diaz like mine. I thought he was Brown. Like, what the hell?
just wait until she sees you without a hat.
¿Verdad? Yeah. No, y luego my oldest, I was working on my roof, y luego when I come in, pues vienes todos cansados, todos soleados de arriba, you know, trying to put the chingos, y luego my oldest, Dad, you look like a Mexican. What the hell? You look like those Mexican workers. We're
at the camera real quick. Let's record this. That's funny. Have you ever? I know you talked about también maybe asking your daughter to come through. What about the wife, man? What does a wife you think about what you're doing? Does she get annoyed by it? Does she support you on it? Or
she supports me, but she can't. She could get annoyed, right? And the reason because her coworkers, they know she was married to me. She goes, man, have you seen this guy? And he's from El Paso, and she's like, that's my husband. You know, like, what the hell? That's my husband and stuff. So then they always ask her, he's really funny. He's doing this and that. She goes, he's all right. You know, the real funny is because she knows me. You know, I mean, she fell in love with me because I'm a funny guy. And then I go, so one of her favorite characters is Goofy. I go, ooh, no, but what does that mean? That I'm goofy? No. You know what the hell? But and the thing is like, that's what she tells them. She goes, yeah, it's funny for you guys because he probably writes his kids or, you know, what he's going to say. But it's the things he says when he's with us, you know, the spontaneous, like the Lorenzo, Lencho that comes out. That's the funny guy that I love, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, I could make her laugh, you know what I mean? I could make my family members laugh. When I'm good.
That's good, man. That's good, man. A happy wife, happy life. You know, pero también te tienes que portar bien, you know. I'm sure you gotta, you know, once you walk in that house, you know, you gotta take off that hat, take off them shades, and fix your accent whenever you're with your wife, man. I do. I have to, güey. Siempre que entro, güey. Sí, yo no soy mi salchicha ahora. Soy mi Isa ahora.
Soy daddy.
Sí.
Sí.
Have you ever done any collaborations or anything like that with any other content creators or anything like that?
There's a gentleman. He's actually a comedian called Mayhem Comedian, and he's from I think Missouri or Alabama. Allá ni sé dónde. Allá está, güey.
Allá en el norte. Allá en el norte.
Allá Tennessee, around that area. Yeah.
Allá en el norte.
Pero ese vato se llama Mayhem. He's a comedian and he's a redneck. He does redneck Mexican word a day. Oh. And he reached out. He goes, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do skits like that. Y pues sí, like, hey, I go, hey, Mexican word a day. European. And then the guy's over there, like, you know, peeing on by the tree. He goes, hey, remember last time that you were peeing? You got caught by the police? You know? And then he'll turn around and be like, hey, hey, vato, I wasn't peeing. I was watering my, you know? So it's stuff like that, ideas that we write. That was a year ago. And he just reached out again so we could start doing it again.
Nice, man.
And then he does his real redneck word a day chingon. You know, like, hey, Mayhem, you wanna go out fishing? He goes, man, I don't know, my wife's gone. She's gone. You know, instead of, you know, he uses it in a different.
That's badass, man. Cool. Is there anybody that you know of that you would like to I guess collaborate with by chance? They're watching right now for sure.
Are they?
I think so, right?
Yeah,
sure?
They will.
I was watching 10. Guys, look at me. You know what? I'm open to any, and I'm real. If you would talk, we're talking with my wife. She says I'm humble. I mean, I'm a humbly guy. I won't ask somebody like, hey, let's do it. If they ask, like you guys ask, hey, you want to come to a show? That's like an honor, you know. I don't think of myself as I'm just a dude, you know, that got lucky. So if I want to collaborate with somebody, it will be somebody that, you know, probably has the same style. Maybe esos jardineros that are dancing right now. They have the white boss and they're doing. That would be a good fit right there.
That would be hilarious.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
That would be funny. Do you have any new ideas, you know, that you want to do that you haven't done yet, that people haven't seen?
The idea, I got to go out throughout El Paso and show El Paso.
Hey.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think I'm from Cali.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, do you have a video that they think you're from where? From like Puerto Rico, China? You said all these names and you're like, no, I'm from El Paso.
No, it's por eso, because I have next week I have an event, right? And they said, hey, can you do this? And that's the comment. They goes, man, I always get that comment, you're from California, until they see the rock walls. You know, that's why like, hey, you're from El Paso, you know. And then like last year, pues it was close because I had the dry grass. You know? so, pero, what was I saying? Ya se me fue la onda. El train of thought. Hey, ven para atrás. Hey.
He asked you if you.
Any ideas? Any new ideas? Or anything
Oh,
like that?
Yeah.
to go across El Paso and show the scenery. Maybe do some yardman moves. You know, be more of what who LENCHO BROWN is.
Nice,
You know?
man. I really like that. I think what you're doing is not just entertaining and funny, but that idea I think is cool because now people are gonna be able, because you're a funny guy, man, and genuinely you seem like a very good guy. I think that itself people would like and enjoy. And I think it'd be badass if you ever do it, man. Take us with you, dude, and we'll go out there. We'll dress like you también to see which one's who.
Los three amigos.
A ver quién es quién. You should have that too,
I
man.
love
You should
the
have
three
an event.
amigos.
Three amigos.
You should have an event too to see if you could find your doppelganger.
A look-alike.
from El Paso.
You know what would be
look-alike.
good? Blindfold, have like 5 tacos, and you have to guess de dónde vienen.
No,
Como-
that
la
or
taquería
blindfold and then
completa.
touch like 3 different weeds, and then he has to tell us what kind of weeds they are. You know, like
It was like que pica. Esa tiene espina. Hay unas que esas sí son bien espinosas y hay unas que you could pull out. You know?
Con los deditos.
You don't need gloves, you know.
What a pro. So this is what we're going to do, man. We're going to take a quick little break here. I'm going to go change out the batteries on the cameras. When we come back, we do have some trending topics that we want to talk with our boy Lencho about. If there's any other events as well. But before we do go into break, can you look up into this camera straight ahead here, Lencho? Can you let everybody know where to follow you, where to watch your videos, and all that good stuff?
If you have TikTok, my username is Days915. You have LENCHO BROWN. I mean, of course, it's LENCHO BROWN. Instagram, you'll find it on LENCHO_BROWN_. That's the IG. If you have Facebook, it's under my name. It's under la cagué, Lorenzo Díaz.
It's harder now, no, to kind of change it, you know, after getting so many followers. Do you think that would kind of affect it or anything like that?
Yes, I wanted to change the one from TikTok to LENCHO BROWN, but everybody knows who Days915, so I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, and that's cool, man. You have different identities now. You know, you could go somewhere. You could be Lencho. You could go another way. You could be Diaz 915. But he's all the same guy. Anyways, guys, that being said, make sure you guys are following, subscribing, and liking, and we'll be right back right after this. Already. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. One more time, man. Big old shout out to our boy LENCHO BROWN for coming through, man. Muchas gracias, bro. You're a good guy, man. You're a vibe.
Nah, I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, it's an honor to be here.
No, thank you.
Oh,
brother.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you. When you came in, the first thing I noticed, you know, other than the hat and the shades and the big smile of yours, was also your shirt, man. You have a LENCHO BROWN shirt. It says El Paso, Texas with your face on it, man. Shout out to that, bro. Shout out to that. Tell us a little bit about your merch and if you're selling any of this merch and where people can find it, bro.
Yeah, I do got a Shopify store. You got a Shopify, you know? It's like, because sometimes I wear it on my videos and like, hey, and I know people want it merch, you know? And then I'm like, hey, you should sell merch. I'm like, oh man, that means I gotta start doing more work. Like I gotta
more shit for me to do, man.
So then I invested like in a heat press, and then I started, okay, canvas. So LENCHO BROWN. And I said, pues this, I'm just gonna do this was for me, right? And then people started asking, hey, I want that on a hoodie. Or, you know, cool. And then I always do the deep, baby, deep. When you do the deep, baby, deep, you gotta go, onion, yeah. They like that, you know. I do that, the deep, baby, deep. And then I did a video where I said, hey, what kind of payment you accept? You accept Cash App, Apple Pay.
Ketchup.
You know? I said, no, I don't carry, come on here. Do you accept Cash App, Apple Pay, you know, Venmo? I go, no, I accept Tamale Pay. Tamale Pay. So that's one of the shirts I accept. Hey. Una docena de tamales, Tamale Pay. So that's what I have. Y la recent one, El Jardinero.
Hey,
ese es como yo, El Jardinero. And that's, I brought you guys one of those.
Oh, nice, dude, nice. Now, for those that are watching and listening, where can they buy? ¿Lo pueden comprar ellos? ¿Dónde pueden ir?
¿Cuál es el Shopify?
Pues en el Shopify, the link is posted on my bios. Como on TikTok, ahí vas a ver the link. On Instagram, the link. Al Facebook, todavía, como te digo, ahí es donde la cagué. Ahí todavía.
Figure it out.
Yeah, still trying to figure out how to post it. Pero sometimes I'll post on my stories with the link. Me pongo ahí como si yo soy Maro, ¿verdad? Hey. They're like, ay, güey, LENCHO BROWN gets down.
Have you ever thought about selling some of those hats? Like, kind of like the ones that you're wearing?
Dude, I get a lot of requests. Pero ¿sabes qué? ¿Sabes por qué no? Porque el shipping está bien caro. Like that shipping. Like el shipping y handling. El shipping. It's like, hey, Mexico, where a day potato chip. It's like, hey, I wanted to get a sombrero from LENCHO BROWN potato chip. You know, so I'll get a lot of requests, you know, and the thing is, los puedo agarrar, ya sé dónde agarrarlos. The thing is to chip them out. Pero maybe me vale because I don't want to make the customer pay a high shipping cost, you know. Maybe I could do something with it, put a signature, days, 915, you know, stuff like that. Because when I send my merch shirts, te doy stickers, you know.
Yeah.
You know, te doy.
You should open your own little like a shop, you know, like where people could walk in. Pero it has to be like one of those like storage little shops,
unit?
You know, like a little storage unit, you know, and you'll have a, you know, herramienta ahí that you're also selling with your face on.
¿Verdad? You know? But tengo una little small Nissan Frontier ahí atrás.
De ahí atrás.
Like the rappers, they sell their CDs. Hey, LENCHO BROWN selling aquí.
Hey, esto es una idea del shoutout dulce, las gomitas. I could see you collaborating, I don't know why, with like a local taco spot, and you tell all your fans that for only today you can get your hats, but you have to show up to El Paso.
Ándale.
Y vienen, agarran sus taquitos, agarran su LENCHO BROWN merch y se van happy.
¿Verdad?
O hasta tamales, and then the way that they get their tamales, instead of a plate, it will be on a hat like that. Así.
Pues esto, mira, esto es like, you know, natural cheap.
Mira,
you know? Y este ya es getting worn out, ya tengo un hoyo.
Ya te iba a decir, ¿cuántas de esas hats ya tienes? Or how many have you gone through?
Remember I was talking to you guys about the first hat, the first sombrero of my daughter? That was the first hat. Se gastó. It was already frayed y todo.
Paz descanse.
I was making a video, está así flapping, ¿verdad? Eso ya está todo desmadrado, you know? So that was my first one, and then I got a second one, and this is my third one.
Ooh,
I still got 2 extra ones.
Okay.
They're right there. Now, I haven't brought them out to the sun, porque el sol te los tuesta.
Yeah.
It gets them brown, because usually they're lighter.
Yeah.
It's just like me, cuando naces, estás al aire y lo
Yeah,
ponen
no,
al sol.
you started using a hat a little too late, man.
Te pones Coco Crispies.
Coco Krispies. Oh man, that's funny, man. I know you mentioned tamales, and here at the Takeover Show nos gusta hablar de comida, bro.
Sí.
Yeah. Before we get into the game that Chuy here has, te iba a preguntar. I mean, being from El Paso, if you had to choose one place to go eat to take the family, only one, man, where would you go and why?
Mira, I'm a simple dude, you know. For my birthday, they were like, "Hey, let's go to Chili's, let's go here, let's go there." I just want to go to Fox Plaza and eat some gorditas from there.
Oh.
You know, they're like, "Why? Cause vas a ver, comes? Hey, I gotta walk it off now, you know." I mean, it's no te agüitas,
Hey.
porque ahí los precios, ¿me entiendes? Pero something like that simple, I go eat in gorditas from there. You know?
Un aventoncito a las caras después.
Ándale.
What kind of gorditas are we talking about here?
Pues las bien rianitas.
Ay, güey.
Aquí,
A mi compa Chuy le dicen el comal porque el güey calienta las gorditas donde sea que él va.
Ah, sí, pues he's the torta pounder, ¿no?
Y esa-
Certified.
Certified torta pounders. Pero es que las tortas son las que así están bien juicy, ¿no? Así, like, ay,
Todas jugosas.
ándale,
Con dos manos.
ándale.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Pero, Lecho, si tuvieras que escoger una torta, ya me da hambre. ¿De qué sería?
Una torta de colita de pavo.
Some turkey ass, bro.
Ándale.
Aquí
He's
no,
gotta have some ass for
aquí no
dinner.
hacemos sock check, aquí hacemos torta check. Y si pasas la vibra, pasaste. Sí pasaste.
Sí
Sí.
pasaste,
Sí comí,
bro.
sí.
Ah,
sí,
esa.
una colita de pavo.
Sí,
We'll have
Mexican
to-
word a day, turkey. I know sometimes I get down when you gotta I'll be turkeying it.
Shut your ass up. man. Shut your
¿Por
ass
qué?
up. No, este güey, something that should not be mentioned, pero Chuy has a video out there
Sí.
that he saved. I don't know, I must have been intoxicated, but I was...
Super Bowl.
Let's just say I had eaten some turkey that day, alright? And they caught me turkeying too.
You were turkeying it out.
I was,
That Bad
man.
Bunny.
Gobble, gobble. Pause. Anyways, guys, Chuy here is going to start off with this fun little game here. It's
Great.
this or that questions, and it is here with my boy, Chuy.
So, when it comes to food, do you like Chico's Tacos or L&J's Cafe?
Chicos tacos.
Chico's Tacos?
Sheesh. Are you mad about the cheese?
The cheese? No, yo me lo como. Dude. Toma en pacho, toma a chorro.
Hey, she said pa acá, man. Are we doing? All right, man. Are we doing? Let's say you're gonna take your wife on a nice little drive, right? Are you gonna take her to Scenic Drive, or are you gonna take her to Trans Mountain for the views?
Híjola, pues Trans Mountain.
Trans Mountain?
Trans Mountain.
Hell yeah.
It's closer, no?
But, and plus, I don't have to worry about one lane on the scenic drive. Like, all right.
Y luego cuando vienen, when it comes to the east side or the west side in El Paso?
I would say, what's up?
What's up?
Man, I feel like he was born on the west side, and somehow it's just life took him elsewhere, and he just ended up in the northeast. Man,
flew to-
pobrecito.
No, I was born in the west side, pero doing yardas with my stepdad. That's why I'm more familiar.
Okay, now that we're talking about yards, is it more important to have your backyard cleaned or your front yard clean?
Pues esa by, ¿cómo se? Impression? Pues the front.
The front,
You know,
man.
how
The
is it?
front. Thank God your grass is growing though too, ¿verdad? Now, are we gonna do, sports here in El Paso, man? Are you a Chihuahuas fan or are you a Locomotives fan?
Well, I want to say Chihuahuas.
Ooh. Now, with the food, are you tacos or flautas?
Híjola. I want to say tacos.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Yes.
That was a hard one. I have one, man. When it comes to food, man. Now, this question, Lencho, nos hemos tirado
Han dado unos tiros.
unos tiros con gente porque no saben cómo contestar esta pregunta.
Híjola.
Now, you have to think about it very well. Now, the question is hot dog a sandwich?
Hot dog?
Do you consider a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, hot dog sandwich? I want to say, let me think about that. I was thinking about that bubble hair you got.
Oh, I thought he was moving his brain around.
También es because this is my thinking cabin. Like, it's como Grace Scots, you know. That's cuando he's like, hey, that's how I got the idea of the flux capacitor, you know.
Like the Meatball movie, right?
See?
The Raids movie, whatever. Dude.
I would say it's a sandwich, man.
Yeah, guys, I wasn't very excited about this podcast, man, until now, man. We might have to delete all this shit.
O sea, hay que hacer un sándwich. Le metes el Winnie en los buns.
Oh, man. Los lonches más ricos son los que los hacen en los bolillos, bro.
Yes. Ándale.
With some ham, some jalapenos, some lettuce, tomatoes, some monster cheese.
Some aguacate.
Yeah. Some mayo, some crema.
Todo.
Oh man! Now, really quick, before we do end this show here, man. There's I'm a big Fit Fam guy, right? Shout out to Fit Fam. I know they're watching, man. Shout out to them, our unofficial sponsors.
Traes chisme?
Pero on Fit Fam, man, I've been looking at recently, and I don't know if you've noticed, but el otro día me and Chuy were out and about. We went to go see some wrestling, and on the way back to the car, we were passing through Cincinnati, and there's a fucking fire. Somebody has started a fire in a big old dumpster, and we just sat there and watched it. Kept us a little bit warm. But I got in trouble too. I don't know if I told you, dude. I got in trouble. I went home and my wife said like, "Oh yeah, how was wrestling?" And I was like, "Good." She's like, "You sure you're wrestling? Why the fuck do you smell like smoke? ¿Con quién estabas? ¿Qué carne asada?"
Ándale.
And I was like, "Shit!" Thank God it came out on an EP bar cheese, man. Shout out to them as well, man. They hit us up and can we use your video? And I was like, "Please, dude, please."
Save me out of trouble.
Save me, man. Save me. But then like last night or yesterday, también vi otro, and right there on the west side, 84 Lumber.
Oh yeah.
Caught on fire. And everything you do, like it was fucking crazy, man. Do you by chance know who's starting all these fires, Lencho?
No, ¿por qué? Pues hay que cacharlos a los vatos y...
Que no anden desmadrando,
¿verdad?
Are you a fan of Fit Fam?
Yeah, me han ponido ahí adentro.
Yeah, sheesh, man. Whenever you're on Fit Fam, man, it's either for something really bad or something really good.
Yeah.
They brought down a video. And I guess because they thought it was a joke. It's like, so I'll just tell you guys this idea. We were at a wedding across Bucks, right? And I told my wife, I got this idea. We should go to Bucks, and this is what you're gonna say. So just pretend that you bust me coming out of Bucks. And then she's like, well, we pretended. He goes, hey, what are you doing? What were you doing here? I thought you were at Bible study.
No.
I said, pues we were. But then, we came, how can we serve others? We came here and pobrecitas no tenían clothes. Like, hey, that's what following that principle. Hey, we're here to serve others.
Yeah, man. So I thought I'd give her, the shirt off my back. Nah, man, it's been fun here, Lencho, man. You're extremely funny. I can't wait for people to watch this and really see that you're just naturally a good guy and a funny dude. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go around this beautiful table. We're gonna give our last words. Starting with my boy Chuy. Chuy, final words for you, bro.
Mr. Lencho, I want to thank you for taking your time in the morning. Honestly, you're a great guy. And honestly, like if you ever want to hang out or just even talk to sports or anything, you have 2 new friends here on and off camera, honestly. And honestly, I'm happy for where your career is going, bro. And I can see you keep reaching. So keep doing it.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Nice, man. Lencho, final words for you, brother.
My final words?
Your final words.
Like
your
forever?
Final words for the pod, man.
Well,
for today.
First of all, pues, thank you guys. Like I said, when you guys reached out, I said, wow, like, it's an honor,
Hold on. When I reached out.
Hey, like, hey, that's what.
Come on, man. I'll put up the messages here, man. It's funny because, that accent is real, man. Even through text.
I'm shy.
I'm shy. He's like, hey, that sounds good, but I'm shy. Well, very funny, man. Very funny. But back to it, brother.
But no, again, I'm always humble. Like, I don't think of myself up here. I'm just a normal guy. And when people invite me, and like, hey, let's take pictures and that, or people in the street, like, hey, can I take a picture of you? Pues sí se te paran los pelillos. They're like, oh my God. But the way is like, wow. Because, and again, the final words, again, thank you guys for having me in here. And I think that's one of the things, just real quick, is what inspired me to keep going when stuff like this happens. Because there's a lot of hate. Hey, you're bringing down the raza, you're doing this and that, or a lot of hate comment. But I think the biggest comments that I gotta do it for is those people that are always like, you know what, you made my day. I'm going through this stuff, and just by looking at your video, you made me laugh, and you made me forget for that moment of all the stuff that's happening. And that's inspiring.
Talking about inspiring, if I can have 30 seconds of your time, and you can give one word of motivation to this community of El Paso right here watching, what would you tell them?
To live your life one day at a time. Enjoy the moment. Sometimes we forget what's in front of us. We forget about our blessings and what we have. We always want to go somewhere else and see that that's what we need. But if we live one day at a time and appreciate those moments with your family, your loved ones, your friends, I think those are the best memories we can create. Algo así.
Algo así. He looks at his head.
No, that's what I wrote.
He throws the script. Since Easter.
¿Verdad? Yeah, man. Well, final words for me, man. Like Chewy said, bro, you got 2 new friends here. If you ever want to collab, you ever just want to hang out, if you need any help in your yard, please call Chewy. Don't call me. Yeah, me cansé de pura yard work, man. I grew up on that shit. And but no, man, thank you so much, bro. We do have an open door policy, so whenever you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back, talk about anything. Anybody and everybody that's watching right now or listening, man, I highly recommend everybody looking up our boy LENCHO BROWN on all socials. Very funny guy, but he also goes out to events, man. So if you want to meet him in person, you are able to. Send him a message, but also, get ready for the accent because it's real, guys.
And don't be shy.
And don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Say hi.
But all that being said, guys, big ol' shout out to our sponsors. Big shout out to everybody watching and listening. Make sure you guys are following, subscribing, and liking. And we'll see you guys later, man. Y'all make sure to stay safe and stay fresh. We're out. Vamos con unas tortas, Chuy.
Bolita de pavo.
Ay, niño.